Hi folks, how's it going? It's Thursday, June something. It's about 5 days before my launch, which is what I start to call the red zone, which immediately borders on the red hot magenta plasma zone, which is like a day before I launch. Anyway, I'm trying to do a shakedown cruise this weekend from Troy down to Queens, and I wanted to show you just a few of the projects that I have to finish up in the next 48 to 72 hours to make that happen. I've got quite the electrical apparati here to get set up. Now here we've got my horn, and this will be my dashboard, which I'm trying to complete today. This yellow wire is a converter so that I can run 120 amps to whatever the big boy amps are, 240 or something like that at the docks. And these are two different solar charge controllers. This big green guy here is for the windmill. It's like an automatic brake when you get a gust of wind, so it doesn't send a whole bunch of electricity into the system. I've got to cut holes for windows in either side of this cabin here so that I can see better when I'm steering from the back. I'm working on painting these pontoons blue with a spray paint for fabric so that I have a red, white, and blue theme instead of a red, white, gray, and another color gray and black theme. This 20 horsepower electric Star electric tilt motor was a godsend last year. It made all the difference in my success in getting all the way out the Erie Canal. I was worried that the height at which it is mounted on the transom or the backboard would not be great, but it's actually completely perfect. You can see that this sort of water plate lines up perfectly with the keel, and the water intake valves, which are here, are below water. You know, it needs to, there's a thing called an impeller, which is like another propeller inside there, and it sucks up the water, goes up in and cools this whole system, and you know it's working because it'll squirt out like a stream out of the top. In terms of steering, just like last year, I just use this guy. I can put in a steering wheel up front, but I don't know I can control the throttle or the kill switch with that. I've also I'm working on putting in windows, which these guys are just kind of soft plastic, which I had left over from my greenhouse that I built last year. And by leftover, I mean a lot of them blew out, and I got to find something different to use for that. Wiring up my navigation lights, I really like this particular piece that came from the 1956 Lyman that a tree fell on that I used as the center hull of my boat last year. You can see there's lots of good storage space that was built right into this cabin, or this cockpit. The cockpit's the area at the back of the boat. I would like to paint the inside of here. If possible, I'd like to remove this dagger board, which is a 165-pound, 2-inch wide piece of sheet metal that falls down into the water when the sailboat's in the water, and provides protection against sideways movement and provides a lot of low buoyancy. As you can see, the windows will help me be able to see out here. This is where I'm steering from. I want to be able to have 360-degree views. What you see here is the permanent decking, but like last year, I have boards. That's a kind of a frame, and it supports these boards that all my electrical stuff is on, so that they go straight across and I can stand up on top of this cabin, and that gives me much more of a 360-degree view. I got this RV, 2-camera RV backup system. I'm going to put one at the front of the boat, one at the top of the cabin facing backwards, and they broadcast into a split screen on this monitor here, so that when I'm steering, I have a pilot sort of view. The pilot normally stands at the front lowermost part of a boat, so that you can see what's closest to the bow, and also a rear view, so I don't have to turn around every 2 seconds. And of course, we live in an era of shameless self-promotion, so I need to put my signs from last year on the side of my boat so people can follow me, know who I am, if they see me passing and have interest. So that's a lot that I have to accomplish in the next few days. whatever, I need to prioritize getting the boat in the water, and then I can do finishing work after that. If you have any questions, I can't imagine you would, but if you do, go ahead and put them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because that really helps, especially the subscribing, and feel free to share. And I hope you have a great Thursday afternoon.